Okay, good morning everyone and welcome to today's postgraduate information session on the Global MBA. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. I'm Katie and I'll be your host for the session. But before we begin, just a couple of quick housekeeping notes. So all microphones and cameras are disabled during the session just to ensure a smooth running for everyone. But if you do have any questions, please pop those in the chat box. We'll be answering those throughout, and at the end of the session, we will pose any questions to Aphrodite. So I'm very pleased to say that we are joined by the programme leader of the course, Dr. Aphrodite Delacura, who is here. And I'm now going to hand over to Aphrodite to take you through the presentation. So Aphrodite, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Katie. Thank you everyone for joining this session today to talk about the Global MBA program. My name is Aphrodite Delacura and I am the program leader for the Global MBA. The Global MBA is an established program delivered across a number of countries. It has been delivered here in Scotland, in Glasgow, but also in London, Malaysia, Nepal, and Singapore. I would like to begin by a key characteristic of the whole program, which is its key focus on sustainability, social responsibility, and responsible leadership. These principles underpin all teaching on the program, underpin all modules on the program. We have been recognized by the corporate Knights and their Better World MBA rankings, which are performed annually, for our strong focus on sustainability and alignment with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and we are very proud for this as a program. This is a ranking, as I said, performed annually, and for the past few years we have been receiving very high ranks. For example, in 2025, we were ranked 19th out of almost 180 MBAs globally, competing against MBAs from other universities in the UK, in America, in Australia, in Europe. If you join the program, you will experience these key strengths of the program. Our teaching and our approaches are generally innovative, practical, and applied. We use a variety of methods to make learning engaging and interesting, and we aim not only to enhance your knowledge, but your skills on the program. So you will engage with different methods like reflective journals, personal development plans, digital presentations, real case studies, experiential learning activities, and overall consultancy-based projects. We have a dedicated module for helping you to improve your personal and professional skills. That's the responsible leadership skills in international context module. And generally, we adopt a practical approach in learning, in problem solving across all modules. That makes learning interesting and engaging overall. We invite people from the industry, practitioners as guest lecturers on a number of modules, or as part of events we organize for the whole program. So you will have the opportunity to listen to the views of people who are currently working on different fields in the industry. And we also work closely with the Careers Office to develop and deliver tailor-made sessions specific for the needs of the MBA students to further help our students to enhance their employability skills. For example, we normally deliver sessions on how to navigate the UK market or how to improve your CV, creating a UK-style CV if you're interested in pursuing employment in the UK market, how to improve your LinkedIn profile, how to prepare for job interviews. We also have a LinkedIn group formed by our Global MBA students and graduates from all the different deliveries that I mentioned. So this is a very helpful platform for you to communicate, network, exchange ideas, find opportunities of job openings that our graduates post, and so on. And we keep in touch with our graduates. We have a very active alumni on the program who are happy and willing to come back on campus and play different roles this time, give guest speaking, give guest lectures, or share their experiences with the current students. For example, we tend to organize annually an employability event for the program. And among the various activities and sessions that we have, we like to always have a session with a number of our graduates who come and share their experiences about how they found work after completing the MBA program and how the program helped them to advance their career. So this is all very practical, useful knowledge for our current students to prepare when they are ready to exit the program and advance their career. And overall, the program receives very high student satisfaction year after year, with students being very happy about the quality of the program and the quality of the support that they receive on the program overall. Now, what you will study on the program. We have 2 taught trimesters of the program where you take 4 modules on each trimester, and the 3rd trimester on the program is dedicated to the MBA project, the dissertation. So let's say that you start the program in September. So in trimester A, you will attend 4 modules. 3 of them are the core MBA modules, and 1 will be an elective. So the core MBA modules for trimester A are responsible leadership skills in international contexts, marketing and brand management, corporate social responsibility for sustainable development. And you get to select one option, which for trimester A could be one of these options: global supply chains management, consumer behavior and ethical consumption, social innovation solutions, sustainable operations management, or leading a responsible change. Then in trimester B, which starts in January, you will do another set of 3 core MBA modules, which are strategic management, financial and business data analysis, methods for business research and consultancy. And again, you will select a different option from the trimester B list, which could be crisis and operational resilience, project management, global perspectives on risk, applied social marketing, international trade, and the World Trade Organization. So you see there is a variety of options from different subjects areas that, depending on your interests and where you want to focus, you can choose from. The last trimester on the program is dedicated on the MBA project, where you get assigned a supervisor, and with the help of the supervisor, you investigate a real issue, you do research on that, and you make your suggestions for practice. I talked a little bit already about our learning and teaching approach on the program. Just to say a few more words and summarize. Like I said, we adopt innovative teaching approaches on the program, practical and engaging, and generally we try to help our students enhance their critical thinking, reflective practice, and ability to apply theory to real-world cases, and always consider various numbers of factors. Either these are sector, industry related, or cultural, national, international related. We encourage students to challenge conventional thinking and to explore creative solutions and to deal with real cases by applying the new knowledge that they acquire on the program, which is always underpinned by the principles of common good, sustainability, and responsibility. As an MBA program, we ask students very often to share their experiences and learn from each other, learn from the experiences of each other. So learning overall is collaborative and inclusive. And of course, all modules are informed by the latest research, so you get the opportunity to get the latest knowledge on each subject area that you study. Our assessments are not only a way to assess your knowledge on the program, are also tools to further enhance your skills on the program. And this is something actually that students say, that the different kind of assessments that we use on the program, every module has a different type of assessment, has been very developmental because they help them learn and develop new skills. So you're going to have a number of different types of assessment, either individual or group assessments, which aim to develop a broad range of skills, competencies, and overall enhance your employability. Always these assessments will ask you to link theory, the theory that you're learning on the program, onto practice, dealing with a real case study issue, reflecting very often and always making suggestions, practical and justifiable. A practice-based approach is what underpins all our assessments. And all our assessments are designed to be both academically rigorous and professionally relevant. Some examples of assessments are report writing, reflective writing, personal development plans, case study analysis, financial and business data interpretation and analysis, quantitative and qualitative data analysis, digital skills. These are in the form of a narrative video presentation or a digital poster, online blog, or a spreadsheet model in Excel, and so on. Our Global MBA graduates come from different fields and have also progressed into a wide range of roles. I have summarized here some of the roles of our most recent graduates, like project manager, senior HR advisor. Some of our graduates have taken roles with an international focus, like HR and facilities manager Europe, business development executive, management consultant, operations management, and so on. They are employed across a different number of public and private organizations, such as the NHS, Sky, Lloyds Banking Group, JP Morgan, and so on. And of course, they work across different countries. Some have stayed in Scotland, others have moved back or moved to other countries, such as Canada, Qatar, India, Pakistan, Nigeria, and so on. You can find more information about the program on our website, and I have the link here. And of course, you can always email me. You can see my email here if you have more questions. That was my presentation. I just want to wish you all the very best with choosing your program, and best of luck with your studies from September. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aphrodite, for that presentation. It was great to hear more about the course, and I'm sure for our attendees as well. Now, we're now at the Q&A part of the session. There's been no questions as yet, but we do have a few minutes if anyone would like to submit any questions to the Q&A box, and we'll get through as many as we can. But as Aphrodite said, if we don't manage to get to your question, or if you think of something afterwards, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us, either Aphrodite or our inquiries team. We're always available and we'd be happy to help. So the support doesn't end today. You can reach us at any time. So just give it a little moment just in case anyone's typing anything. It's always good to hear a bit more, Aphrodite, when you're talking about the industry experience, but also the students stay in touch afterwards. I always think with the MBA that that's a real selling point and a bonus that you might not get, elsewhere, to know that you've got that community that would be there for you while you study and beyond. So it's always enjoy hearing more.
We're very happy to have such an enthusiastic alumni, and it's always good to, have them back, hear their news, how they are doing, and of course, when they share their experiences, everything they say speaks to the language of the students because they've been there, so it's so relevant to them and very, very helpful. So we try to organize opportunities for these events
Yeah.
as much as possible.
Yeah.
And of course, they are on the LinkedIn group. So, if anyone has any queries or, needs more information, they can always reach out and create a communication there.
Yep. Oh,
Mhm.
here we've had a question from
Yes,
Alberta. Is there the opportunity for industry placement in between semesters or after graduating?
not as part of the program. We don't offer industry placement as part of the program. If that's what Alberta is talking about. Our students very often work part-time or of course have previously work experience, but offering industry placement isn't part of the program.
Right. Thank you. And thank you, Alberta, for your question. If you do have any follow-ups, please do send those in. But as Aphrodite did mention, a lot of the course and coursework and assessment is based around that kind of practical learning. So it's kind of simulating almost that industry experience while you study as well, and with industry contacts coming in. So it's, although there's maybe not as a specific industry placement, I think our students, as you've described it, Aphrodite, it sounds like they still have that feeling of working with industry throughout actual lessons and learning.
Yeah. And when they do their MBA project, their dissertation at the end of the program, they can choose to do their topic on a specific organization. They can agree with this organization to do their study there. So they get to go into the organization, interview employees or complete questionnaires and engage more the organization and then provide recommendations for the organization. So that's one more opportunity to get industry related experience as part of the program.
Yeah, definitely. Such a valuable way to use your final project
It
to
makes it
get
more
that
interesting as
experience.
well.
Yeah, of course. Interesting to you and for the business I'm sure that you're working with, to see the results of the projects. Yeah. Well, thank you, Alberta, again for your question. I think then if there's no more questions coming in, it just leaves me to say thank you, Aphrodite,
Thank you
for
very much.
your time and for taking us through that. And I'll say a big thank you to everyone who attended and shared with us. Oh, now here's just one more question. So during the application, there was a scholarship aspect related to an offer. So to follow up on your, so I'll just summarise this for everyone for the recording. We've been asked a question about a scholarship which was related to a personal application rather than general scholarships. So for anyone who is interested in scholarships, we do have a page on our website where you can find out all the scholarships which are available at GCU. If you have a query regarding your specific application, Alberta, I would suggest contacting the admissions team, and I will post their email address in the chat for you so that you can follow up with them directly as they send out your offer letters. So it's not something that we would access here, but I'll certainly get that for you now. And for anyone who does have scholarship questions after the session, all the details and contact information is on our website. Just go on and search for scholarships and you'll find it there. So there'll be no issues. Now, the last date to complete a CAS application. The CAS team will be working with everyone individually as and when they pay their deposit. So at the moment we are working to deposit deadlines, and the standard deposit deadline for September, if it is our September entry that you're discussing, is the 10th of July, and the final CAS issue date is the 31st of July. However, those deadlines are on our website again. That is at this point in time, but they do work to an individual basis, and the CAS team would get back to everyone when the deposit is paid to look at completing your CAS paperwork. So just look out for correspondence from them, because we would encourage everyone to reply as quickly as possible when they hear, rather than working to that last deadline. So I hope that has helped just with those few questions there. And thank you again, Aphrodite. And now,
thank you very much, Katie,
for joining.
I will exit the webinar now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.